Let us go through the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. Far, far from gusty wave, these children faces, like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor, the tall girl with a weighed down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes, the stunted unlucky hair of twisted bones reciting a father's gnarled disease, his lesson from his desk. At back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes live in a dream of squirrels game in a tree room other than this. On sour cream walls, donations, Shakespeare's head, cloudless at dawn. Civilized dome, riding all cities, belt, flowery, tireless valley. Open handed map, awarding the world its world. And yet, for these children, these windows, not this map, their world, where all their futures painted with the fog, a narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, capes, and stars of words. Surely, Shakespeare's wicked. The map is a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn into their cramped holes, from fog to endless night. On their slag heap, these children wear skins peep through by bones and spectacles of steel when mended glass like bottle bits and stones. All of their time and space are foggy slum, so blot their maps with slums as big as doom. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. Break, oh break open till they break the town and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves open, history theirs whose language is the sun. Let me throw some insight into this poem. Let us talk about the summary of this poem. Here, the school children of the slums present a very pathetic picture. They have pale and lifeless faces. Their disorderly hair are torn around like rootless wild plants. They are depressed and keep their heads down. Their growth is blocked and they inherit the diseases of their parents. They do have dreams. The sweet young boy sitting at the back of his dim classroom dreams of squirrel games. He dreams of other interesting places different from his dull and drab classroom. So the dullness of the classroom represents their dull life. Now, if we talk about the second stanza or the second part of this poem, it is the world of the rich and not their world. Neither literature nor the institutions have anything to do with these unfortunate children. The belt and flowery world of the rich is quite foreign to them. These children who really spend their time picking up the garbage, living under unhygienic conditions, who are not able to even get one spare meal a day, how can they study literature? What will literature mean to them? What are they going to understand about Shakespeare? And the beautiful world is not their world. The map of the world is drawn according to the will and whims of the mighty. Mighty refers to the rich and the powerful. Their world has no relation whatsoever with the world of dirty slums. The world of the children living in slums is confined to narrow streets sealed in with a lead sky. Lead sky, that means their slum is so much covered up with the roofs that The dawn, the sunshine is not able to enter their slum area. Their stinking world is far, far away from the spacious world of rivers, fields, and stars. The world of the rich is a fictitious world, is an imaginary world. What is the use of literature and Shakespeare for the children of slum schools? Nothing. The pictures of flowers, bells, and beautiful valleys have no meaning for them. The map of the world is meaningless for them. It doesn't include their narrow lanes and crumpled holes. The world of the rich and the powerful has so many beautiful things. It has ships, sun, and love. They tempt these unfortunate children. These children are called unfortunate. Why? Because they are far, far away from all these luxuries that the children of the rich and the powerful people have. They vainly try to steal them. These children live on the heap of waste. They dwell in a slum area where there is the heap of garbage and it is their residence. All their time and space are spent in the foggy slums. Now see the dual meaning of foggy. Foggy slums, that means the slum, the condition of the slum is very unclear. So is their future. These ugly slums are like little hills. Why little hills? But they're not able to enjoy their life. They are ugly blots on their mats. Slum are a blot on the rich and the powerful society. The world of the rich and the powerful. And this particular poem ends on a positive note. Stephen Spender believes that if we have to remove social inequality, if we have to remove social disparities, the rich needs to give a hand to the poor. All the governors, teachers, and other responsible persons owe a duty to these children. They can't have their own separate, cozy world. We are living in one world. Our world cannot be divided into the rich world and the world of the poor. These are two different and distinct worlds. But then this difference needs to be abridged. Anything that binds and blocks the progress of these slum children will have to be broken. The rich have to break the shackles of their richness and powerful state and have to come down to these slum dwellers, and they have to lift them up. They have to improve their status. The world must not be confined to narrow lanes and cramped holes. It must extend and expand to the vast golden coast of the azure sea. God has made everybody equal. If the rich child can dream, has the ability to dream, has the means to dream, so can a poor child also. Nobody can take the dreams from them. And these dreams can only be materialized when the rich forget their richness, when they forget their position and come down to the level of these slum dwellers. They will have to be given complete freedom to express themselves. The pages of books must open for them. Only those who have the warmth and strength of the sun create history. In other words, it is only the powerful and the rich whose names are there in the history books and not the weak and the feeble. So the main points in this poem is the children of an elementary school classroom in a slum, they look pathetic and miserable. They have pale faces. They are like rootless wild plants. They are distressed. The burdens of life keep their head weighed down. Their growth is stunted. They inherit twisted bones and diseases. They do have dreams, but their dreams cannot be materialized. They also dream of moving out into the open. They want to play the games like squirrel. Literature and works of Shakespeare are just useless for them. The civilized world is of importance only for the powerful people, not for the slum dwellers. The powerful dictators shape the map of the world at will, but their world is not the world of these unfortunate children. The future of these children is foggy and uncertain. They live in narrow streets, cramped with holes. Rivers, caves, and starry places are not for them. The slums in which they live are nothing less than living hells. Actually, they are a blot on the civilized world. The windows to the world of joys and comforts are shut for them. The governors, teachers, and the powerful people must bring them out of their slum, out of the unfortunate place. Everything that binds them should be broken open. Their world must expand. It must extend to the blue waves, the golden fields. They must have freedom of expression and learning. So, these are the main points of this particular poem. Dear students, they are very, very important. Kindly note them down in your registers.